My friends in Shanghai are celebrating, and Hong Konger Tings Chak paid me a visit. Check it out. Shanghai was in party mood today, we heard from friends in that city. Mike Lauscher said the end of the lockdown was like this video from a poultry farm. People were literally dancing in the streets. This man found his van reclaimed by nature. Others said the dangling gloves on the COVID testing cabins looked rather ghostly, and so they do. And studies showed that 1.6 million people could have died in China if Omicron got out of control, so the lockdown did save many lives. CNN omitted all that so it could produce a very negative report focusing on the fact that a Western child felt depressed. For CNN, that's much more important. There were just 600 COVID deaths in Shanghai during the total 61-day lockdown. The US alone suffered between 2,000 and 5,000 COVID deaths a week during the same period. What's interesting and entirely unreported is the fact that many places in China had outbreaks of the ultra-transmissable type of Omicron, yet did manage to stamp it out, some rather quickly. In scientific terms, that's the most important point, and everyone is missing it. Shanghai residents are reporting that a real sense of community was created.
I think one of the most interesting things was that we got to know neighbors, Like when the lockdown began, I actually realized I hadn't talked to my neighbors in my building. And one day I was like, I need to figure out how to buy some food. And then saw my neighbor on the third floor balcony. I just yelled down, being like, add my WeChat. And we started from there adding, I know someone on the fifth floor, add them. And then long before we had like a group chat of the whole building, making purchases and, exchanging information. And so that stays. And I think that's the part that really changed, the neighborliness of a lot of people living in Shanghai. So one day I wrote on the WeChat group, that I didn't have any garlic. It was a bit of a complaint because, cooking without garlic is kind of a pain, right? So within, I think, 5 minutes, I hear a knock on the door, and there was Mrs. Gao from fourth floor, who I'd never met before. It says, with a head of garlic.